Okay. And we're motherfucking back. Jesus Christ, it's been a long time. It's my fault like always. I have nothing but excuses every fucking time. My fault. My fault. But I've been thinking about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Keeping my promise to bring it every time that I record. And guess what? I eliminated a lot of bullshit. And hopefully that's some of my own bullshit too. But you know, it's cleansing season. I come back. You know, I'm half a conehead right now. Woke up a few hours ago. It's hot as fuck. 115 or 116, I think, is what the temperature's probably gonna hit today. And that's fucking Arizona, you know. That's fucking Blair, Arizona. I wonder if the volume levels are alright. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. So, I mean, where do we go from here, guys? You know, I've been alright. I got, you know, bad news about business failing. Even though it technically hasn't failed yet, it's failing. It's not going to do anything. Meaning, I lost a bunch of money and just more debt, you know. And that's fine for now. We on the comeback. Just focus on stacking money, reinvesting it, and look, we're not even making any jokes. And it should be funny. Things should be funny. But, let's see here. Where should we go? Where should we go? Listen. I'm not wearing pants. That's the truth. And I've done that on several shows before, I believe. But I'm not wearing fucking pants. And it's cool. And it's fucking fine. Why? Because I have to turn the AC off and I'm trying not to put that fan on. So I gotta show some skin, you know? Maybe next week when I'm feeling a little bit better about my body, no shirt, you know? And this will just slowly diverge into only having fans who like husky, brown, naked idiots. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. But let's, you know. Yeah, I'm just not wearing pants. It's fine. It's all good. Not freeballing it. I'm not wearing pants. And I can do that. It's my place. You know? I could fucking do that if I want. And, shit, I bet some people who are listening right now are not wearing pants either. And that's good. The no pants posse, like, it's a good group to be in. We're accepting of pretty much everything except pants. We'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Small dick, big dick, fucking fat puss, little puss. You know what I'm saying? Fucking shard stains. You know, don't turn around. Don't make them visible. Wear some dark colored black ones. Some depends or something underneath, but don't show me. But it's cool if you have it. I'm assuming at least a solid 10% of chicks and maybe 5% of chicks, because apparently some chicks don't even poop. You know, they're not even from this earth. But definitely it's a solid like 35% of dudes probably with some shit stains every day. I was thinking maybe that was an over-exaggeration, but I guess you could... No, 35 is probably right on the dot. The same minimum age of the president is the same percentage of how many dudes are walking around with shit stains every day. I mean, it's cool, you know, we all have, like, you know, accidents or whatever. Things fucking happen. And shit stains fucking happen. But every day? it means you got a problem. It means you need to learn to wipe. And I swear to God, and sounds terrible, but I didn't really even learn how to wipe until I went to prison. So pretty much when I was turning 30. And then I realized, well, girls can't really do this. But their wiping technique is better because I used to always be a back to front butt wiper. But I mean, that's just, the biomechanics of my hand and my ass, you feel me? But I had heard in the lore of life that women have to be front to back butt wipers because they don't want to get, they don't want to increase the chances of them giving themselves an infection in their special. Woohoo. You know what I'm saying? So, so when I was locked up, when I was in prison for those 4 months, toilet paper is a commodity that you hold. It's within your, you lock it up in your locker or your bin or whatever, and then, excuse me, had a burp, excuse me. Was just hitting straight bowls. Some of it probably went in my diaphragm. Anyway. And then when you go to the bathroom, it's not like there's like a toilet paper rack that's holding toilet paper. You carry your roll in there with you. So you can buy it, but they give you a fresh roll every week. So if you know how to wipe effectively, you can make one whole roll last a week if you're shitting a couple times a day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. This is how we're gonna start the comeback, guys. I'm gonna show up like a fucking Indian cone head with my hair just stacked right in the middle somehow, because apparently that's what it does when I sleep. I whirlpool it. And we're going to talk about butt wiping techniques, but this is the show. It goes literally wherever this thing goes, And fuck it, That's the motto. But I realized because of the way that my particular asshole situation is set up, as I have a nook and cranny underneath my butthole, and if I only wipe back to front, sometimes some poo particles can just chill in that nook and cranny a little bit more, and then if it's a nasty little war between my internals trying to just rush out the gate, maybe it could eventually, some of that sloppiness could leave a shit stain later. God damn, there is no way I'm ever gonna find a girl or a wife that could actually respect someone who speaks like this, but fuck it. But if you go front to back, or if I go front to back, I guess we probably all have assholes that are just as individualistic as our fingerprints or snowflakes. I bet you no two asshole situations are alike, which is half the fun. But the back to front wiping would actually eliminate that, clears out anything that could get trapped in that. I call it the nook and cranny. That's what I called it. I'm a fucking geologist, an ass geologist, a rectumologist. But I don't know what it is today. And, it's early. I gotta record this shit early during the summer. That's been half of the problem. Not recording for the last few weeks. It's been over 110, guys. And I gotta turn the AC off. But, we're in the shits, and it's like 9:33. How long have I been recording? 10 minutes. Great. I could probably make it till after 10 or so, and not be sweating my ass off, or have to take my shirt off and give you guys a show that I was planning on giving you just a few weeks down. myonlyfans.com/VJ. Jesus Christ. Bitches be selling ass and then still asking for self-respect. And honestly, they deserve it, but, hey. It comes with the territory a little bit, I think. Because a bunch of fucking... Hey, horny dudes are gonna show up, and... Hey, some of us, we just lose a little bit of our fucking sanity when anything with women are involved. Even the best of us. Or just even if whatever. I like fucking sex workers, though, I ain't gonna lie. I have a lot of respect for them. Sometimes I feel like I should employ them. Or become one. But that's a different story. Sorry, guys. I need to learn to cough away from the mic. I fuck up every time. And probably blow some... Look, I see the spike on the fucking shit. That's bad. But, sorry. If I remember, I'll try to take it out. But, whatever. God, I look terrible, dude. Need to get a haircut. I look fucking terrible. Glasses crooked. Fucking KJ can't even fucking look at me. Didn't even get the Sopranos thing all the way in. What the fuck? I need to redo this background. What am I doing out here? I look like shit, man. I mean, I did just wake up, but... the funniest thing is, I really think when it comes to a person's looks... It really... Only they care as much. Whoever's looks are in question, the person whose they care the most about their looks. And I know that was the most specific, badly formulated sentence, but you understand what the fuck I'm saying. You care about your looks more than anyone else does. That's the facts. If someone wants to fuck, they're gonna want to fuck if you look at your particular 10 or you at a 5. On your own scale. It's like, yeah, they're trying to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Not just your looks. However, we have a version of ourself, I guess, in our brain, and then when we look at the fucking mirror or the monitor and you're like, oh, I don't look like that, then you're like, I look like shit. And I mean, I'm happy that this fucking 1940s haircut style went back, because my mom pretty much, just like a fucking psychopath that she was, would just every day before school or anything just dig the comb into my head as hard as possible, just train my hair to the right, so when it gets, it looks better going right when it's long, because that's the grain that it is. But when it's short, it sort of goes straight. But whatever, who cares, man? This ain't a Vidal Sassoon ad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Americans for reminding me what the fuck that is, because as we could tell, I don't use shit for hair product, right, guys? Au naturel. Maybe some coconut oil, but not really, unless I'm in India, and it's been 19 years since I've been there. Jesus Christ, I'm a shitbag. Need to relearn how to speak Domo. Anyway, back to the nook and cranny from the assologist. So, back to front... That was my whole life until I was 30. Then now I alternate back to front, front to back. And that eliminates pretty much all of it. Not as good as a bidet, but hey, you guys need to think about different wiping options if you're one of the 35% of dudes and one of the 5% of chicks that have consistent shit stains, you fucks. And, hey. Wow, only 15 minutes, and we've been talking about fucking ass. No, not fucking ass, which would have been way more interesting. We've been talking about ass wiping for fucking 15 minutes. And when I'm saying we, I'm trying to put some of the blame on you, and that's not even fair. I'm the only one talking. How shitty is that? I've been talking about ass wiping, but you know. I probably even talked about it before. That's how ridiculous this thing is. I've probably been talking about it before. Fucking fantastic. I can't wait till I have a fucking producer and I don't have to look this way to make sure this shit is recording. See, I can sort of see like my fucking, like my peripherals. Like if I do that, I can tell this is recording. So you might occasionally just see me when I'm just recording go. And that's just me. That's just me making sure it's recording the video. I can't really do that with the audio. And audio listeners are not going to even know what just fucking happened. But, hey, you know? The podcast is good on audio. Thank you for listening. Catch it on video sometimes. I'll put it up on YouTube. Have I put it up? Am I way behind uploading things on YouTube? Of course. Is it okay that I am? No. I said it. I've been doing bad. And it's weird. My computer's not attaching to the internet. And the funniest thing is the modem is right there, less than 2 feet away from the computer. And I have a direct hard line. And I'm over here playing games. Oh, yeah. Man, I haven't talked about Shams in a while. Technically, I talked about the old show, but you know that show's up, still on this same channel. So you can always catch the Psycho P show, which is the other show before, at least until I take them off. But yeah, some of the most popular episodes of podcasts I've made are there, and in a weird way, I put that up there so people could tell, like, see the amount of recording that I've actually done. Even though, to be honest, this show is way more of a true podcast, like, and way more of, not that I didn't go in depth in the Psycho P show, it's just, there were other people involved who had other, either insecurities or, like, secret agendas, and it's like, it just sort of fucked up the show. But there's still a lot of interesting shit there. To be honest, a lot of interesting shit. Yeah, someone even tried to get paid off of podcasts. Yo, you ain't nobody. That's hilarious. Did my ear really itch right there, or was I checking the video? No one will know, except me, because that's what this podcast is about. Me, not you. No, I'm just joking, guys. It's really about you. Just, you know, I don't make a single dollar off this shit. It costs me time and money. Not much money, but, you know, I already paid up the equipment, and, you know, SoundCloud has its fees and blah, 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 and I gotta put more into it. Like, you know, I need to produce consistent content, not just with the podcast, but to get to spread. I'm a little bit better with that on Instagram, but really, like, this is the time in my life where I have to be on super poignant hustle in every way, and, you know, I'm trying to improve every day, but I could do better. I have to do better. I will do better. But this shit is important to me. It's as important as my business is, so we gotta keep this shit cracking. You know, how much of a psychopath do I seem like that, like, so many different versions of my, like, parts of my personality come out? Like, I just went from being the personal asswipeologist to fucking business guy to fucking, like, half depressed to, like, you know, fucking podcast program director. This is just a lot of hats I wear. I need to funnel it down. I need to make money and hire people. Even though right now I have just 3 main projects. I sell things. I resell things online. I sell things, just everything. My tech project and this. And that's it. And I think I can maintain that into success, all of them, because I work like crazy. Um, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's really hard for most people. Well, I have like some weaknesses with peer pressure, I think, but I'm also highly resistant to most types of it. Um, but there is some interesting thing that I notice sometimes that if like a person does or doesn't do something, okay, how should I word this? Okay, so if a person does something or doesn't do something that I do, or vice versa, sometimes I wish that I didn't do, like, that I did the same thing that they did, just to see what life is like. Because, like, I drink, but really I probably shouldn't. Because anytime I get in trouble is when I'm drinking, and I'm sort of a different person when I drink, so I'm really working on that. But, I still drink sometimes. And it's interesting when someone says, "Oh, I don't drink," and not because they're like going through AA and are an addict, even with them though, but just someone who's like, "No, I don't drink." Even more so, just off their own conviction, it sort of makes me wish that I was like them in a weird way, and it always has to do with things that are potential weaknesses. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong watching porn at all. Actually, I think porn is a wonderful tool, even though most people overwatch it. And I've had times when I overwatched it for sure. But I was watching this podcast with Amanda Cerny. Super hot, really funny, former playmate. I don't even need to describe who she is because she's like one of the most famous people in the world just off of her Instagram page. Not just off of that, but through her Instagram page, you could tell she has like 25 million followers. So if almost anyone who is hearing this, I'm describing who she is to, for sure, almost for sure knows her, because look at who you're listening to. Someone with like 3,000 followers, which are probably mostly butts, So she doesn't watch, or she has never watched porn. I think that's important. Like, they just somehow made a choice and they never done it. Like, Chris D'Elia's never drank, and this gives me the same sort of like almost envious feeling. And I don't really feel envy that much. I feel like excitement or getting focused, but I don't feel envy the same way that I used to, or that people do. Or most people do all the time. But what I do, wish sometimes is that I was like these people who just did the opposite shit just because they thought it, like, it's sort of dope. I do sort of look at people weird if they say they never smoked, because I don't think smoking weed is like that big of a vice when you're an adult. But drinking is just really not great, especially for me. And porn is fine, but I guess it's really not a necessity. So maybe, I don't know if there's guilt involved with that, but I don't feel guilt. Like, that's another crazy thing. Like, when people, a lot of people, like, they have guilt, like Theo Von does, and I definitely used to when I was first doing it, like jerking off and shit. But like, people sometimes feel guilt like right after busting a nut after watching porn, or maybe even during sex, but a lot more people after watching porn. I don't feel that no more. Porn is fine. I don't give a fuck. Look, thousands of people will be hearing this shit, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one guy, he's a teenager. He's a shithead, but this is a perfect example of how he's a shithead. Tells my friend that he's never jerked off, and he's like, "What? Who jerks off? Like, that's weird." And my friend, he's married, and he's like, "I jerk off." And I was like, "Yeah, if the dude asked me, I would have said the same thing." And he's like, "Yeah, but he just keeps maintaining that he doesn't jerk off." And I was like, "When you're in prime jerk off age, 16, you idiot. You can tell me you're not jerking off when you're in prime jerk off age." I can almost understand a chick sort of not doing it, just like having the focus and higher principles. You're a dude. Dudes are creepy pieces of shit. Come on. You're jerking off. Or that thing that you do, humping your pillow at night or whatever, that's jerking off. You fuck. I don't care what version you do. If you're fucking something and it's not a woman, you're jerking off. If you're fucking her hand, you're just jerking off with her hand. Or she's jerking you off with her hand. It ain't the same thing as fucking. Or it ain't the same thing as not jerking off. Even though I heard fleshlight jerk-offs or some other shit. And I'll be honest, sometimes you get the best nut from jerking off. So jerking off can be spiritual. Yeah, it could be a spiritual experience. It sort of can. Yesterday I did, and I fucking spiritualized right into the napkin, and then fucking almost went into a half delirium trying to make it to the bed. Like, make it to bed properly, and I was already in bed. How funny is that? I was like just sideways, like, I'm gonna die. What is happening? My pillow's right there, but I can't get my head on it. What the fuck? Busted nuts is so fucking weird. I wonder if the one orgasm the dudes have is like way crazier than a woman's orgasm, but it just doesn't seem like it. A woman's orgasm actually seems way crazier. Like your whole body can get into it. And dudes, it's sort of like that. I feel like I felt that, but it's not the same. I feel like girls feel their orgasms in their toes. We sort of do too, I think, though. That shit is funny. Have you ever multiple orgasms? I have, like, a few times. Did not think that was possible for a dude. But it is. I've read into it. I remember there was a dude, I think, on Howard Stern that used to, like, multiple orgasm all the time. And Howard didn't believe him. I believe, dude. If you're with a fine chick and she's, I don't know, you have a certain connection and she gives you a certain look or a certain something, just something, I can't even say the right word to encapsulate that feeling, like spiciness or something. Yeah, it can happen. It's happened to me, for sure. Multiple times, and that shit is sort of terrifying because it almost shows you really don't control your dick too much. Like, yeah, we got moves, but I mean, whatever's going on with your dick, like, you can't control this shit. Like, me and some of my friends who are girls, we've been having this conversation about dicks on I've been saying, the person who thinks that a dude's dick is the smallest is himself, because he doesn't have the best view of it, and he can only get so close. And I stand by that. Like, even dudes with big dicks, it's like your angle. You would probably have the person whose ever dick it is would probably have the biggest insecurity about their own dick, I think. Because, like, I've had plenty of chicks even, like, turn me down for sex because, not to brag that, like, that I have a piece that's too hefty for them, but I don't even understand that. I'm like, nah, it can't be, right? But no, if it's happened multiple times, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. If people say you're fine and you don't think you're fine, actually you're just fine. So if more people than not, and it's by far a lot more, say that it's too big, and I don't think it is, who's right? Like too big as in like we get to penetration stage and then they're like, nah, actually. And we're like, first I thought it was some bullshit, but then, because it happened on the first time I tried to fuck. The very first time. And the chick was older, and I was like, what? But, you know, whatever. And the funniest thing is, like, because of the way the humans' memories are, you always, you don't usually remember the positive things that people say or the positive things that happen to you as much as the negative things. So, I mean, yeah, one of my friends, she was saying, and she's a hottie, right? And dudes give her attention all the time. Like, any dude pretty much gives her attention. But she's self-conscious about her boob size. She thinks that they're too small. No one gives a fuck. Except her. She cares the most. It's sort of like that, I think, with dick size. But, yeah, when, going to the point that I was making, the dude that she's messing with said, I love, fuck, I almost want to put her out there, but I'm not saying her name. And, yo, girl, if you ever hear this, I love you. But he said, I love your itty bitty titties. And he said, I love them, but he threw that itty bitty in there, and she got super self-conscious, was thinking about it enough to hold it for a few days and tell me. And I'm like, yo, he complimented you, but she's like, I know, it made me self-conscious about the size of them, which is the only thing I really worry about. And I'm like, how funny is that? Because I've had like as many people hit her up, you still only remember like some of the bad things that people say, and we got to get over that shit. And it's the truth with me. Like, I had way more chicks turn me down because they said I was too big. But I still remember like the 2 chicks who saw my dick and was like, "Oh, that's it." I remember that way more. And sometimes you'd be like with the chick and be like, "Yeah, I hope it ain't gonna disappoint her." And it's like, dude, your percentage is probably at like, I don't know, 98, fucking whatever, high, to be satisfied or to be too much, and you're over here occasionally wondering if your piece is too small. That makes no sense. It doesn't. It legitimately doesn't. But yet, we all do it. Fuck it, that's life. That is life. We went from the ass fucking wipeometer to fucking dick sizes, and we had like 3 minutes of a topic that I wrote down about with Amanda Cerny, and doing something that other people don't do and wishing you were not doing it either or whatever got me to fucking talking about my friend and my dick. Weird. And that's what it is, though. That's the show. Who the fuck listens to this shit, man? I gotta do stand-up. I'm hilarious, man. No, I mean, I get people to laugh all the time. Enough people have said it. I want to try it. But, I need to get my life in order. I need to record this podcast. I feel like I get a decent amount of bit ideas from here. And, I'm performing in front of thousands right now, even though it's not live and I don't see you guys. But I take it seriously. Because of the amount of recording I've done, I don't give a fuck. which is interesting because I see a lot of people like they work their little shitty podcast for like getting sponsorships or whatever when no one's really listening, or they are living like a contrived personality that they think is going to like get them looks and shit. And I think that shit is hilarious because I mean, I guess we all have different versions of ourselves, but I don't know. On this shit, I'm almost always 100% me, and on this show, I'm definitely 100% me. If you watch this shit, you know me better than anybody fucking knows me, even some of my closest friends. We just don't get into this. Do you think they know that I learned to learn the best way to wipe my ass in fucking prison 2 years ago? No. Might they need to listen to the podcast to learn how to wipe their ass better? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might. If you know someone with shit stains, take that clip, shoot it over to them. Give them the timestamp. Be like, hey, this is a fucking scientist, an ass scientist I know, and he's talking about wiping. You sick fuck. My husband, and that's how you gotta fucking write that shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I don't think I'll actually mind being booed. I just think it might be tough not getting laughs on stuff that I think should get laughs, but everyone bombs. And in the beginning, you're just like performing and trying to get your shit in front of crowds, and I'm like, I know I'm not doing that right now, but in the same sort of way, I feel like once I work some bits out, I want to hit some place that's a little bit more mainstreamy, maybe. I mean, I should get some of my legs out from underneath me here, but I want to go to a place where people are actually trying to listen to shit. These, like, every Monday I go to this spot and I hear those comics there, and like some are, they're all doing their damn thing, and I admire them for going up there and doing their thing, but dude, I mean, some, like, I feel like don't even make their friends laugh probably. So how are you so... And I mean, it is different to make people laugh on stage. I've been performing on stage playing the piano since I was 6, so I know that playing the piano on stage is different than playing it at your house. It's a different piano, it's a different vibe, it's a different crowd, it's a different thing. And it's got to be even more difficult in stand-up. But like, and I think it was Chris D'Elia that said it, that, got me thinking about it. It's like, comedy is a wavelength. Either you're either on it or you're not. If you could tune into the wavelength, you can understand and laugh and discern shit that is funny, and most of us, we get that, or even has like hints of being funny. But and then there's some of us that, and I, probably like a prideful egomaniac piece of shit, think that not only can we tune into that wavelength, but we can also resonate on that wavelength and make other people laugh as well. I mean, look at this face. There's the glasses, the cone, the fucking... What is going on here? No pants. Like, how do I even charm anybody? It's because the mouthpiece. So... That's all I got. That's all I've ever had. And, I gotta keep... Who knows when this shit's gonna just end? There was this chick that I follow on IG. I don't really know her in person. But she's beautiful, and she, has a kid, and she, does her damn thing. So I just tune in what she's doing, because she, even though she is like an IG model in her own sense, like working her way up. She's not like, she doesn't have like 6-figure followers or anything like that. She's like the low 5, but just like what she does and tries to aspire to be, like the sense of her personality I just follow her and just sort of tune in and just like appreciate who she is as a person, not just her beauty. And she was like on vacation, and there was this like, dude that was there, and I don't know what's just going on. They're like out there in like Jamaica or some shit. And anyway, yesterday, and I was planning on recording today no matter what, but yesterday, this dude that I don't know, this is how weird, like you sort of spy on people like on social media without even realizing it. So I'm good with faces, so I recognized his face, and then I saw something, a post on her story, which made me like go in and delve into the issue more. And like this guy that she was on vacation with her friends, like that was part of like that group, they like died. And this type of shit has happened a lot, like with people that I know, but it's just like weird how it just like every time it happens, it's like, how do I keep forgetting that you could just get pulled off this earth, or something could happen to you and you just can't record or can't do what you're meant here to do. And this is one of the things I feel like I'm meant here to do, and this is why I do it, for no money or whatever. All these people that are trying to get money or whatever, no, like I'm doing this because there's something inside me that's compelling me to record and to release whatever this craziness is, because maybe and hopefully it helps anyone, whether it's just making them laugh or giving them an alternative viewpoint, or just knowing they're not alone in this shit. Because this podcast might as well be called Friends Podcast, because we all, most of us, if we're lucky, have some friends, right? But they all hiding shit. I don't hide shit. Unless it gets us, and this was the tagline of the Psycho P show, it's the same here. Unless it gets us arrested or killed, we ain't hiding shit. And there isn't really much that would do either. So, this is why we go into fucking whatever here. And when I say we, like, I've always referred to myself as, like, two people in essence. For some reason, I'll talk to myself as if I'm talking. I'll say, man, you need to do this. It's like as if there's multiple things happening that are intertwined, the different sides of my personality. They're all VJ. They're all Vijay, but they're different. And some pieces are a little bit more on point than others. And I wonder if it's like that a lot with people. I've noticed and come to terms with that, a lot of people, it seems like, don't really think deeply about much. And it's not their fault. Just like it's not your fault if your dick is small just as much as if it is big. Like, we can't really control that. Like, dudes who have micro dicks, like, I'm sorry guys, but if there's a God or the universe, like, it dealt you that shitty hand. And there's like, unlike with titties where you could just get them fixed, dudes can't get their dicks fixed. And honestly, if you think about it, it's one of the most fucked up fucking things. Cause one of the last things that you could shame people on, that doesn't have like a Me Too or liberal motion behind it, is dudes' dicks. Like, if a chick calls a dude a small dicked bastard, like, there isn't any reprise for the dude in a cultural sense. Like, there's no one rising up to be like, yo, leave that dude alone. He don't control if his dick is small. It's not his fault. It's genetics and environmental factors that he had no control of. But watch, it's gonna happen. And I watch, they're gonna make me the fucking forefront guy for it. And they'll be like, little dick. They're gonna be like, obvious. Obvious. The news report will be like this. Obviously, little Dick VJ in a rant on his terrible podcast, All Talk, No Thought, and Small Dick. I don't know. Those copywriters must have said that. I make it funny, Joe. But anyway, this back to seriousness. This little Dick VJ, obviously of the terrible podcast, All Talk, No Thought, started this movement here of weed twos, where men with all size weenuses and penises and wee-wees are standing up against being shamed because their balls and dicks are too small, or in some occasions too big. Yeah, back in the late, even as recently as 2021, women were able to run out here talking about, oh, yo dick, you calling men, hey, saying things such as, hey Jerry, you pencil dick bastard, don't ever come back here again. Oh yeah, you're fucking whatever. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying, but yeah, the point is the point. The We Too movement is going to start one of these days, and you know, if I'm the forefront of it, I'll take it if it just means 100 more people listen to the podcast, you feel me? But yeah, they're going to mistakenly think that I have a fucking micro dick, and you know, knock on wood that never happens. Well, I mean, it didn't, so whatever. But god damn, I don't know if I want to be in the face of the fucking little dick equality movement, but I don't know. It is a wrong that needs to be righted, and like, you know, however many men suffer from that, which could be all of them. Like I said, every dude probably thinks their dick is smaller than it really is. Maybe they don't think that it's small, but they think that it's smaller than it really is. Like, chicks are looking at that shit head on, and they're like 5'3", 5'5". We're way bigger and way further from our dicks. We have no idea, really. I mean, we'll take pictures, but pictures are just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really control the curve. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to, like, get the, like, you can't control the angle which you catch it if your shit's curved. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it's just, you just never know how big your dick really is. The chicks do, though. They're right up there fucking. Oh, damn. It's a lot bigger than I thought. I probably can't do this. Yeah, that's how it works. Yo, we went from 15 minutes to 48 minutes in 3 seconds, and it's all because I was talking about dicks, I think. Great. Fucking fantastic. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, my notifications are working again. Hells yeah! Hells yeah! Dude, my eBay app was not working, giving me notifications. I was getting fucking scared. Sorry guys, just texting on the fucking podcast. This is why I have no listeners. Yay. Man, wow, that was really compelling. If you notice, though, I text shit really quickly. I'm a pretty quick texter. They know me as a text. I was trying to find a way to combine text and bastard together, but that's not really worth it. Texterd. They know me as Texterd. Big Tele. Big LA. Yeah, I am fucking up, huh? I am fucking up. Let me put this shit down. And I didn't. Oh, well, that is a terrible end to the podcast, really, but that is sort of what I got. The temperature really wasn't bad. It's supposed to hit 115 today, so this really shouldn't be a problem in the mornings, I think. I just, like, pre-cooled this place like an igloo. And it's brick, so I guess it keeps its coolness pretty well, but I'd be sweating all the time when I'm in this bitch, but today it didn't. And it could be because, like, this fucking mop on top of my head is just soaking it up. It doesn't feel like it. I don't feel like it. But, I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. It's a shit. I feel so much better having recorded. Now I just gotta put it out. Catch up. Keep recording. Today's Tuesday, though. I think Tuesday is a good day to record. Shit should come out by tomorrow. At least on the Apple Podcast and SoundCloud channel. And they'll get it out on YouTube the day after. And then we'll just keep cracking. And yeah, if you notice me losing some weight, I probably did. I do feel like my double chin's going away a little bit. But this is a point where I usually fuck up because my stomach loses weight least quickly. And you can't really spot reduce, right? So, in a lot of ways, I look fatter with clothes on now than at any point. Because I don't have as big of a fat titties, you know? And if you have sort of fat titties and it pushes your shirt out, it sort of covers your fucking extended singular abdomen titty. But now that my fat titties are quite reduced and are reducing at a faster rate than my one fat ab, it looks horrendous. And do I need new clothes? Yeah, but would I buy new clothes when I'm about to be a different size? I don't know. So, on that note, I'm fucking out of here. I think I fucking made that podcast a lot better by talking shit about how fat I am and putting the pressure on to just lose this for good. Because normally this is right when I fail, and I won't. Why? Because I'm getting old, and I'm closer to death. Even though I'm probably going to live to another 250 years, so. See ya. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I changed my Instagram. It's Yo I'm VJ now, not It's Mr. VJ. So it's a little bit easier when I tell people, yo, my Instagram is It's Mr. VJ. And then they search for Mr. VJ and they're like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, okay. First of all, why even call me Mr.? I'm just a fuck. So, Yo I'm VJ. That is who I am. So, YO I am VJ. You got me. Love y'all. All talk, no thought as well on IG. Follow, subscribe, share, please. And if your girl sucks some fucking fat ones, you know what I'm saying? Suck some fat dicks. Just work that, work your limits. And guys, hey, micro dick or not, hit on 10s, Because guess what? That's what it is in life. But sometimes, fuck a 4. Because guess what? They need love too, and it's really just practice, So, love you. God, I'm fucking smart, guys. You should listen to me. Not just because of my podcast, but like you should take my advice and then do it because, success and, yeah, So, I'm gonna take my humble ass out of here. Love ya.